He was gone. Like I hate to say it, but like a shell of who he was. He just lost that connection.
How did you navigate obviously, I have no idea, but you're not alone. I've heard this from multiple parents. What would you speak to the emotional journey of that process?
I think I numbed myself. That was my response. It's like you get up in the morning and you got to get through the day. You got to do everything you can do for him. Yeah, I think it was just so overwhelming that and now I'm going to get really upset. If I didn't, those first few months were very rough. And then my personal story is about 2 or 3 months after he regressed, my mom suffered at 59 years old, suffered a brainstem bleed, was in a coma for 6 weeks, and then basically woke up for 18 months. But those 18 months, basically, she was completely paralyzed, wheelchair bound, blank stare, trach, G tube, J tube, everything you could think of. And by the way, my mom, when people tell me that I remind them of her, it is by far the best compliment I could ever get. My mother was my everything. Raised 6 kids, just phenomenal, living, amazing person. For 18 months, she had, while I'm pushing my 15, 16, 17-month-olds up through 3 years, 2 years, I'm sorry, in a stroller to the best hospitals in Manhattan, and basically 18 months of one medical complication after the other. She passed after 18 months. So I guess to answer your question, you were like, what was that like navigating that? Like having that happen at the same
Hell,
time. I literally had to just go numb and wake up every day and show up for this kid.
yeah.
But I look back on like that period and I'm like, how did I? And if one more person tells me how God only gives you what you can handle. Unfortunately, I really turned away from my faith because I was like, my husband at the time was going through a serious depression as well. So I was like, my husband, my mother, and my son, really, God?
Yeah.
And so I turned away from my faith at that point and just went numb and just made myself wake up every day and somehow get through it. But once, here we are years later, and I'm still fighting the fight for him. I think because of what I do as a career, I've dealt with so many of these families that like have such similar stories that I'm like, I can't sit here and watch another generation of children be poisoned.